So, it's been nearly 2 days since I've uploaded a video, I think. And the reason for that is because I've just been really hopelessly depressed. Even in those dark times, those dark moments, I tried to remind myself, it's about your mindset. You only get what you give. And that's what I need to fight. But there's another side to that, which is, for a long time, for most of my alcohol use, which is only about a year. I've only been drinking alcohol for about 1 year. So nothing compared to most people, but I didn't understand this idea of it being a depressant. Well, now, especially if I drink too much, then the next day, it's not even feeling too sick, like physically sick. It's about, in my mind, I just cannot break the negative shackles. I can't break free from those thoughts, those thought patterns. And you just can't view anything in life in a positive way. Whereas in a moment like right now, I can understand that happiness is within reach. It might just be a long reach or a long ways away or something. But, in these other times, which if you struggle with depression, you probably think about ending your own life. And I have never gotten close to doing that myself. I've never tried to do it. I've just thought about doing it. And David Foster Wallace, who ended his life in 2008, described a scenario in an interview, I think, and he talks about something that he read, I think, and it described the scenario of the 9/11 jumpers and how, it's totally terrifying to leap to your death. It's just that burning from the building is so much more awful that they would leap to their death. And, suicide is when you are wholly convinced that, just going about life and enduring your experience as a human being is it's so inconceivably bad, you'd just rather not. And, you can get to that point where you're thinking like that. I just was for the better part of these last 2 days. And, the first thing I could do to avoid that is definitely drinking far less, clearly, which I've been doing a pretty good job at overall. But yeah, these last few days I've been very irresponsible. But other than that, just I think that's the biggest thing, honestly, is with the alcohol. But because so a bit about the thoughts, or like when I am that depressed, it just feels like there's no one I can talk to, which is kind of true. It feels like there's just nothing I can do to remedy the things that have me so depressed, such as lacking connections with other people, and just aspects of my life and situation that seem more or less impossible to change. Society and the presence of technology and how it will only grow greater, and how you have to have an email. We're really oppressed by technology. That's a topic for another day. But just all of these things that you understand are out of your control, and you attribute your suffering to them, then, that's when, so you can't, the strong men of history, they rise above, they conquer, they don't submit. And I think that is ultimately that's the mindset that you have to maintain. And if you want to be in retain the mindset of conquering, then you have to have victories. You have to do something to prove to yourself that you can be successful, you can emerge victorious, that you can overcome a struggle, and that you're not just given to defeat or despair. So for example, Jordan Peterson's talked about, he's had some patients where they're so depressed they can't get out of bed. So victory for them, or the first step for them, is just getting out of bed. So in my case, these habits that must be formed for, it can be anything. It's just something that is good that you do in place of whatever. So going to the gym, or not drinking beer, or only having one or two in a day, or going for a walk, reading a book. These things, you have to identify the first steps and make them easily within reach, and then that should help you to gain traction and embed positive habits within yourself. And I think I'm on that track. Certainly, I think I'm on that track. I think this would be day 11 if I uploaded accordingly, 11 or 12. But I'm on this journey in making these videos as a step. And I think it's helping. And no matter how hard it is, it can get better. It might be hard to believe that to anyone watching right now, but we all know it's true once we realize it again or whatever. And I guess I'll talk about my New Year's resolutions. The first is 0 alcohol. Very ambitious. No doubt that is very ambitious, but I think I can do it. I really do. And it will be recorded on camera whether or not I do. So that hopefully I can manage that. And then the ketogenic diet. These are the two things, and they kind of go hand in hand. Like you cannot and should not really be drinking alcohol on the ketogenic diet. But yeah, so, and then maybe I'll do some stuff about body transformation, because I'm really fat right now. But yeah, it's not been good, but hopefully I'll make today victorious, and you will too.